cut that off right here. For those who are not aware about the situation under the New York mandate, a couple of weeks ago, professional athletes playing for the team or the city of New York could not play in the arenas or the venues or even practice. Kyrie Irving elected not to get vaccinated due to his own concerns, which resulted in him not playing. Kyrie was drugged by the media. Like I said, it was villainized, ridiculed. The media painted him as a villain. That's how we get the new villain in the NBA, which is Kyrie Irving. Although the NBA claims it's 95% to 99% vaccinated, um, some of the reports varies. That's why the number varies. And for this purposes, we're gonna call it Coco 19. Coco 19 still remains to be elevated, as well as postponing games and sitting some of the star players sideline. Here recently, general manager for the Nets has stated we arrived to the decision with the full support of our players and after carefully considerations and current circumstances, they have elected to move on with Kyrie. Uh, some of the things we want to point out. Why now? Do you think this is a win for Kyrie or is it a win for the NBA? Some of the fans are saying that they want Kyrie not to join the team because they are in fear that he would spread Coco to more players. So, some of the questions that we have, but before getting into it, I just want to make sure I let you know what the CDC says about vaccinated players, that they don't have to worry about getting sick from the virus, that they are protected through the vaccine. So if anybody would be at risk, it would be Kyrie Irving.
Right.
But just to start it off, I want to see how you guys felt about that. Um, and if everybody was familiar with that situation of Kyrie returning to the NBA. But Blue, what you think about that?
Um, at the end of the day, if he's vaccinated and Coco's works, I mean the vaccination works, right? What is the harm to the other players? So, in my opinion, I think it's only a win for the NBA because that man should be out there, full time. If everybody else is vaccinated, he should be the putting himself at harm versus everybody else, right? Because
Right,
once you get it, he's spreading it, and they are vaccinated, and they should be covered, right?
right.
So
And
I still,
keep in mind for those who don't know, when we say Kyrie is returning, he's only returning for away games at the
right,
moment. He is still not allowed to play in his home arena due to the mandate. And something I think I also want to mention is that other players who come to the arena that are away teams can still play in that arena, but it's kind of
right,
crazy that he can't, even though that's his home team.
and they're still paying him, right? That is he taking some losses for the home game?
I think he's taking some financial losses for the home game. And I think they are compensating him now for the away games. But he did take a loss based on his decision. But I just think it's crazy that, or a little bit odd that the NBA is, bringing them back when they are in need for them. At first, they was, sticking
Exactly.
strong to the mandates, but now they want to bring them back because they need them. KD is out at the moment. I think James Harden is out with an injury, and they don't want to lose that money.
Pretty much.
So even if you was Kyrie and you was trying to make a stand, would you come back?
I would for the love of the game, just to get myself ready because nine times out of 10 they gonna make a playoff run, and
Yeah,
by that time, I heard it's a rumor, but he's saying if there's a plant based vaccine, he's
right, right,
willing to take a look at that. I
right.
still don't understand how that will work, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
I,
personally will play.
I did hear about the plant based. I don't think it's gonna be ready until well into 2022. but they do have ways to making it plan because they have it with the influenza vaccine as well.
Mhm.
Um, they had the plant based joint, so they just don't use because they like to grow it into like animal protein, so they just skip that portion, and then they find a way to do plant based. It's usually worms, so I'll be curious to see how they're gonna do it with the COVID-19 vaccine.
Whew.
So yeah, you got any thoughts about this, Jones? Or if it's muted or not?
He muted.
I have a
Oh,
comment.
Oh, go ahead.
I guess I'm kind of curious how the decision was initiated. Like if this was something that people from Kyrie's side initiated, like as leeway to get him back in, or if it was initiated from the team side.
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. The way it's worded and what I read, it looks like the team, as well as maybe a push from Kevin Durant, reached out to Kyrie. Um, so, but I don't know that to be 100% based on the circumstances of what they in because they really look like a G League team out there. Like they two stars are down, and you can't really recognize anybody else on the court. So I will believe that they actually reached out to Kyrie to bring him back for the away games. And King Jovi having some issues.
yeah.
Are you with me? Yeah, he gonna be in and out.
I think his browser is blocking it.
Yeah,
They keep
sound like a
the
robot.
sound sometimes. They
Stuck in the matrix.
But yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna add. I was
oh,
gonna add to that it wasn't the NBA. It was New York that was holding him back.
right, right,
So it's
right,
not like. But the rule they had is crazy because an unvaccinated player can play there, but the home team got to be vaccinated. It's backwards.
right,
But I'm pretty
right.
sure they reached out to him when they needed him. And I think they took a stance and they thought that he was gonna fold and he didn't. So I say he won for sure.
Right. Hey, what you think about people writing into the Nets, um, and sending, being pretty vocal about Kyrie risking the other players' health by returning, because there's still a lot of backlash about him even returning. They have
It,
comments. Mhm.
it's fake backlash because how I'm not sure of the number, but what percentage of the NBA is I know it's 90 something percent. It's not 100%.
Right.
Right. I
And
seen
when
95, and then I seen a report for 99, so I don't know which one is right.
because I know when Bradley Beal came as an away player, I'm pretty sure they didn't write in.
Right.
Right, right.
So it's fake backlash. I don't believe in it.
Yeah, I
People just
agree.
find a reason for outrage sometimes.
Yeah. And they don't have to go to the games. They can stay home.
Right.
Honestly, the people that wrote in probably didn't have tickets,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bunch of trolls.
but they don't want to see him on the NBA pass from home. I guess they might give it to them.
I also think the organization should do something extra from him. He should be getting some kind of bonus for the
Right.
simple fact that they stuck with the mandate and they also took a stance because they could have been letting him play home away games the whole time, but they took that certain stance to see if he will fold. So on the back end, y'all need to add something extra in that brother pocket if you think he gonna come out there and get a couple wins for you until one of the other two come back.
Yeah.
So pretty
I
much treat him like give him like a travel player with Coco Pay
Yeah,
Right. And,
emergency.
and the backlash and his image has already been tarnished. I mean, he didn't have the best image already, but the way the media and the NBA media definitely drug him through the mud, uh, it's kind of put a tarnish on his brand. And then they
put
gonna bring him right back and throw him right in the fire. and tell them to pretty much defend for itself. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I think his reputation was only hurt. Like only the people who would look at him different is the people. Well, I don't think nobody looked at him different. People still feel the same way they felt about him before this.
Gotcha.
Because they always like when he's people don't like him because he said the earth was flat.
Right.
Right.
Which shouldn't be a big deal. But at the same time, man, we need to stop giving these sportscasters so much power. Like I hear people just repeat what they say every day, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, damn, do you have your own mind? Like, wait a minute. So you're telling me whatever Stephen A. Smith, whatever Shannon Sharp, whatever Flip say is law? Nah, I'm good on that.
It's funny you mentioned Stephen A. because just recently, a couple hours ago, he tested positive for the COVID-19, and and he is vaccinated, but he still found time to talk bad about Kyrie being unvaccinated. So it just shows you that no matter what, they still gonna paint that picture because they took their stance, whether they funded to do it or however they do it, but they already took their stance about that. So it's crazy. It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
I just feel some type of way because of how this was, how this came out.
Mhm.
They need, like I said, something needs to be in Kyrie's favor, other than him dribbling that ball, going out there putting up 35 a night while these guys are gone. Nah, like they probably worked something out because I'm pretty sure he had something to say. He had some input.
Yeah. And I don't know, I wasn't following close enough to know if he lost any like deals or partnerships or sponsorships in the midst of it. Um, like
He
Mike
did.
said, they already didn't like him. So I'm pretty sure whoever was rocking with him still rock with him. But
Right.
in the instance that he did lose that money should be compensated.
Right.
I know he didn't lose Nike.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Nike gonna fake support all the way to the end.
Money over everything.
Yeah, they gonna ride the fence.
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought that was interesting that was bringing him back um, through the chaos. Even to be honest, like I said before, the team members are protected because, quote unquote, they are vaccinated. They shouldn't worry about Kyrie. If anybody has anything to risk, it would be Kyrie Irving um,
Right.
because he would be technically unvaccinated. So he has all the risk. I think they should stop slandering that brother. Um,
Absolutely.
I agree because he hasn't been playing and you've seen what's been going on.
Right.
So he has no effect on that. So him
Exactly.
put him it can't change it. It can't get worse
Right.
because he doesn't have it.
And I also don't understand what's up with these tests now. Now everybody's just coming up negative out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, all these vaccinated people are infected now.
you mean, yeah, they coming up positive, right?
Yeah,
Like,
all of a
yeah,
sudden, like with the last 3 weeks, it's just been crazy.
yeah, yeah.
So
Uh,
timing is crazy.
it's crazy clusters, and
Yeah,
people who are vaccinated, and this is what the NBA wanted. This is what the majority wanted, and I don't know if the bubble is an option. But if they keep postponing videos, they're gonna have to look to alternative plans if money is an issue or if health is a real concern because we know they hide behind health concerns, but we know it's really about the bottom line. So